Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 22 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, don't worry about it. We're going to go through a quick recap. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, in episode 21, we noticed that we had a huge wood problem, namely not nearly enough. So we're trying to work on that now. We started to dynamite out a little bit more space, and I've let them keep working on that in between episodes. Coming down to River's Edge, they are almost done working on this dam. I also had them working on that in between episodes, but we're just not keeping up with the logs, so they're making progress where they can. Our population has almost completely caught up, so only 2 vacancies, or 2 unemployed beavers here in River's Edge, and then you can see that our homeless population of beavers is enormous, and we're starting off with some flooding, as we do. So hopefully this won't be a huge issue. We should be able to deal with it. I'm actually kind of surprised that we're getting as much as we are. Either way, that's okay. So let's jump into this video and talk about some of the things that we want to do today. So in this episode, I've thought about a way to repurpose this set of floodgates. Namely, we are going to dynamite out a channel here, and we're going to let some water flow down here. Now, I don't want it to disrupt the main flow of water. So it's probably not going to be that much, but my thought is we could set up a kind of a forestry metal district over here, similar to the way that we set up a farming and metal district down here in River's Edge. I think that will work really well. Not that we really need the metal, we've got tons, but might as well take advantage of it with it here. And we could probably put some kind of a dam up right here, and then maybe one kind of over here, and dynamite a lot of this away, and we could have a ton of growable space for the forests. Before we get too far into this video, I just wanted to let everybody know, my wife is actually expecting our second child coming up here in a couple weeks. So if I disappear for a few weeks, now you know why. I will be taking care of now two babies, or I guess one baby and one 1.5-year-old. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know in case I drop off the map for a little bit, you will all know why. I haven't forgotten about the channel, just preoccupied with other things. Okay, so what are some of the first things that we want to get done today? Well, I think if we come up to Wheelington, you will notice we have run out of water. And we've run out of water because these pumps continued to pump water, but they finished this little dam here. So let's start to get in our water pumps. So if we remove this path, and then we go into our water and we grab our deep mechanical fluid pump, these are going to sit like this. So I just want to make sure that we have enough space. We do. Although, and you guys are going to think this is crazy, for continuity's sake, let's pick that up. Let's go into triple speed here. I would love it if they would come over and pick up those logs. And then I'm actually going to have them put a dam piece in there, just so that all of these water pumps are sitting on top of dams. And that's totally not necessary. But now they will all sit on top of dams, which will be great. So we can go ahead and build this first one. They should build it super fast. We have all the resources for it. And actually our wood's doing a little bit better. So, hopefully they can get these built. So we're going to get 3 of those in to start, and we're going to see if they can overtake these water pumps, because that's really what I'm concerned about. I want them to pump more water than the water pumps pump. How many times can I say pump? It's like an old tongue twister. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck? How much water can the water pumps pump to keep up with the water pumps? Man, I'm just rambling now. Anyway, I want to make sure that these water pumps can overtake the volume of water that these will handle, which will essentially mean that they will fill this over time. It's going to take a long time, but that's the goal. So we'll get 3 in there, and we'll see if they can handle it. I'm sure somebody knows the math as far as what these can pump, over a period of time. I saw some comments about it actually, and honestly, I'm just not. I'm just going to put in 3 and see how that works, and if I need more, I'll add more. I could do the math, but I'm really, I'm not that worried about it. Man, our population getting a little high. Let's see how we're doing. No, it looks like it was just kind of, yeah, we got some births and some deaths kind of simultaneously, so. But okay, we will, let's continue with this dynamite over here. So we can get that dynamited away, and then let's make sure that we clear all of this. And then probably, I could probably work back this way as well. And then I should be able to get, yeah, dynamite in all of that. And then we could probably get a single right here. And are these guys, are they not cutting these? No, they're marked for cutting, so they should get cut. And then I added in one more little lumberjack right here with a little path for him to work on. So might end up coming over here, adding another one. We'll probably add a storage here. In fact, why don't we start to map that out? So why don't we get this path coming down here for no reason other than I want to. So we'll have this path coming down here, and then why don't we actually get rid of a tree so I can get the gate opened up. And then let's go ahead and get a large warehouse, maybe like that. And this will store logs. Considering we're so low on logs, probably not the best use of resources, but that'll be okay. I do want them to get this dynamite done though, just so we can get that out of the way. And then we could also back this off and get some dynamite in there as well. So let's get the dynamite done, and then they can start working on this project. I might make the storage medium priority, although I don't really think it's needed right now. And then you can also see, oh, he's actually one shy. That's kind of annoying. Do I add in another woodcutter just to reach that? Yeah, probably. Why don't we do... Not there. I actually want to... Let's back that out, or back it in, either way. Let's get it closer here. So let's go with a path like this. And then let's actually see, does that... No, yeah, see, it doesn't get them all the way over there. That's okay, though. What I can do, I did want to add another woodcutter over here anyway. So let's add a second one right here. Not the most efficient use of our space. But then we could add in another log storage. Might as well. Take advantage of this perfect space for a log storage. Let's go logs, just like that. So they can kind of work on all that. It'll take them a while, and we can get this path in here, which would be nice. So let's get this dynamite blown up so that we can actually get rid of these stairs. And I am going to let them come over here and grab these resources. So let's do that. That'll be kind of the priority. And then I would love it if we could get more oaks in here. So let's swing it around this way. Let's kind of see where we can get away with planting. Yeah, and that should be good. And then if we go into our cutting, we can mark all of this for cutting. Just like that. And then we just need to see, is all of this covered? Yeah, totally covered, which is good. All right, I don't think they're going to be able to pick up the planks, but you know, they can kind of work on that as we go. All right, so let's swing up here. Awesome, they got the first pump in. So let's get the next one. And you can see our water is basically even right now. It's not really going one way or the other. And let's see, we're starting to develop just a couple vacancies, so I might unpause like one of these breeding pods in each district down here. Yeah, we're still holding them just fine. And they're starting to get some of these houses built, which is great. And it looks like they actually finished this dam, which is awesome. So if we come in here, we'll just get this last levee built with a path up top, and then we can actually blow up this dynamite now, because that is good to go. We could get rid of these stairs, and I could let them get the logs, but I don't really feel like it. And I think we want a better stockpile of logs before we have them start building these to raise the water level. It's just kind of a thought. All right, so we got the second pump in. So one more water pump and we should be off to the races. So let's get that in. They should build it immediately. We have the resources for it. And we've got a ton of builders over here, so that should get built right away. And then I really want to see, I'm really excited to see whether these, and let's just make sure our power is okay. So we've got, yeah, like 7,000 excess power. These each take, I want to say it's 700. Yeah, 700. So we should be totally fine. And then something that someone pointed out in the comments, these can actually filter, which, you know, isn't really, it doesn't really help us here because, you know, we have this water system here where we can kind of divert the bad water while maintaining our water storage down here. But it's, you know, it's good to know. I didn't know that that was a thing. So very interesting. Thank you for pointing that out in the comments, whoever did. I honestly forget who it was, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Man, and this flooding down here is just kind of obnoxious. There's really no way I can fix it because I would have to put levees here. So we'll just continue to deal with it, and that's okay. All right, so if we come back up here, are these just planks? Yes, they are. And then I assume these are just planks as well. So we'll go ahead and get rid of those. Okay, so if we come over here now, we're gonna need to lay some dynamite. So what I'm thinking is I think we'll just immediately go for triple dynamite straight through there. And then this is going to need, let's see, so if that's triple, this will need double, and then this will need single to get our channel ready to go. And we'll just add a path in there, and they can work on that kind of, you know, as they go. Why don't we prioritize some stuff? So I'm gonna say, let's get all of that built, and then that storage, and then they can start working on that dynamite, and we'll kind of see how that's gonna work. Okay, so if we come back over to River's Edge, let's take a look here. How are they doing on the housing? 48 vacancies. So I'm adding 20 more houses right here. So we're still gonna need 3 more. 3 more houses somewhere. I could actually fit some houses in right here. So why don't we do that? Why don't we go 1 house with a path. Actually, I could do 2 houses back to back there. Just trying to see. So if I were to do a couple houses back to back there, I could fit another one in here if I removed a couple of these and put some platforms in. It's actually not a bad idea. I feel like we're doing pretty good. Losing 2 food is not the end of the world. So let's get rid of those. And then we're just going to end up filling this whole thing in with platforms. And then if we go into our housing here, we're going to have a house sitting just like this. And then 2 houses like this. So let's get a path in here. And then let's add this platform in with a path on top. And I would love to get these built so that I can remove this path. And then start to get this built. But this is nice. They're starting to work. Are they starting to work on this stuff? No. What are they working on? Oh, they're working on these dams. Very interesting. Do I want to stop them from doing that? No, I mean, it's kind of, it is valuable. It is something that we need built. Although, I think this is more important. So let's get all of this built first. More housing. Because we're really, you know, we're having housing problems. It kind of is what it is. Our population's growing so quickly that the housing just can't keep up. So let's get some houses there, and then I might add in a couple more medical beds right here. And then maybe a beaver bust right there. And then we're going to have to figure out a way to put some I don't know, some roofs or some rooftop terraces or something like that up here. In fact, why don't we just plan for it? So if we go... If we do something like this, with a path coming along like this, we're going to need a platform here, some stairs coming up, and then we could get a couple rooftop terraces on there, and then I could actually remove this path. So why don't we get that one built as a priority? And then if we come in here to our Wellbeing, we can get a roof on here, and then we'll come back and add the rooftop terraces once they build that. So let's get that going. And they should be working on this, although they just probably don't have the logs for it, which is understandable. Because one, our additional huge set of logs has not yet grown. Probably add in another row of logs there. And just make sure that they are in the cutting area. And just make sure, yeah, so he can come up there and plant those. And then, oh, let's go check on the water. Okay, so it does appear to be working. I mean, we are getting water in here, and they're overtaking the pumps, which is pretty good. That's kind of what we want. All right, so now if we come over here, I would like to straighten this out purely for aesthetics. I know what you're thinking. We don't have the logs to deal with that, and you would be entirely correct. So why don't we remove those, and we'll just add some stairs in there so that they can go get those. And then similarly, why don't we remove this tree so we can add stairs in there. And then we can actually just start ripping this out wholesale, and they should be able to gather it up. They should. And I do want them to. And that should get built. And then this is, you know, it's quite a few logs that they'll be able to pick up there, which is good. And these water pumps should actually fill this up, not fairly quickly, but relatively quickly, just because these are going to pump all night, whereas these are only going to pump during the day. So that should work pretty well in my estimation. All right, so if we come back down to River's Edge, how are they doing? Pretty slow progress, I imagine, because of a lack of logs. If we come in here, yeah, see, they only have 10. 10 logs, that is just, it's just not acceptable, you know? That is not acceptable. All right, and are these beavers? Yeah, they're still working on this big platform setup. But now we do have a couple lumberjacks here, so let's see, these are 82% of the way. So we should start to get a fair amount of wood coming in. I'm not saying that it's going to completely fix our problems, which is why we're going to go after an additional lumber district to hopefully fix the problem more thoroughly. But okay, so the beavers are working on this housing here. So let's take a look at our housing in our other districts. So we're already planning on fixing the housing down here in River's Edge. So in Whirlburg, yeah, we're 31 homeless beavers. And I would love to put them over here, just because the only other place that I could really put them is if I built platforms kind of in the water. I mean, I guess I could put some on top of this storage. It's actually not a horrible idea. And by not horrible, I mean I kind of like it. What could I fit here? So I could do one. Do something like that. It's not super clean. But it could actually look kind of interesting. So if we were to connect that up with paths, and then I could get up here. Yeah, That would actually work. So why don't we get some Wellbeing, maybe a couple scratchers, and then a couple platforms so that they can get up to a couple rooftop terraces. And then if we go into our Wellbeing here, let's see, what do we want? Rooftop terraces. Here and here. Yeah, that could be interesting. And then if we go into our decoration, what can we get? Maybe a beaver statue here. No, let's go with a light here, a beaver statue here, and then a shrub here. We haven't been using the shrub as much lately, so I think that would be good. That would be good. All right, and how are we doing for water over here? Not bad. We got about a half a tile, so it is increasing slowly but surely. It is increasing, which is good. All right, so I just got turned around there. All right, so these beavers are now working on the dynamite, which is great. And this is not like a super high priority or anything like that, but I figure they don't really have anything else to work on. So might as well just kind of let them go. All right, so let's delete these stairs. I assume some beavers are going to come over here and pick those up. And then we could reattach that. And then let's start deleting this path back. So let's get rid of that. Let's just make sure that this path is connected. It is. And I think this is the line that we're going to take. So let's grab that. Let's delete all of that. And then let's delete all of this. And they should be able to come over here and grab these. All this wood. Just because it is so close to all of these paths, which would be perfect. All right, and then what we're going to do, let's grab this levee. And we're just going to drag this straight, purely for aesthetics. I think it looks nice when it's nice and straight. So let's get that in there. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shift this over. Just so that this nice like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 looks nice. So let's get that built as a priority. And then we'll actually remove this one. Get those picked up. And then put some dynamite in there. Just to get that down to that level. Okay, and I think that that's going to work nicely. This should get built relatively quickly, which would be good. And then I think I might put in 2 pumps right here, or at least some dams to allow some overflow of clean water. So let's get rid of those. And let's put in some dams right here. Just like that. So that'd be good. So now if any clean water starts to overflow, it can overflow right here. And we'll dynamite out a little channel here to feed directly into this water supply. And that would be good. And I kind of think we want another one of these, which is kind of frustrating because I don't know how I'm going to get it. I don't know how I'm going to get it built. I'm going to have to build a path all the way around here. I guess I could go under. No, I should probably go this way. All right, let's just get a path. Let's get something in there like this. And then I don't want these. I just use that to build. So let's do something like this. And that's just going to take them ages to build, is what it is. And then I might as well just fill that in, and we can get some decorations in here. Maybe a brazier and a beaver statue. Kind of like that. That looks nice. But okay, they'll work on that as they go. I would like them to probably work over here. Not sure. What I would love for them to do, let's pick up all of these logs. First off. And then I think we'll come over here and work on this, because I do want to get another pump in there. Yeah, especially with a drought approaching. I think having 4 pumps would be better than 3. Okay, so down here in River's Edge, awesome. They've actually got almost all of the houses done, which is perfect. So let's do a little reprioritizing here. Let's finish these houses. And then we'll work on these dams. Might as well get those knocked out, because those will be valuable in keeping just a little bit more of the map irrigated fully for longer. There'll only be 1 tile, or less than 1 tile. It'll be about a half a tile of water. But I think it'll still help regardless. So those will be good to get up and running. So if we come back over here now, let's see, 94%. 94% of the way to a significantly more amount of wood. Did I say that right? To a significantly higher amount of wood. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay. And you can see that these are trending upward. We've now almost filled 1 tile of water, but I think getting more in here would be better. And these should all just be logs, so they should get picked up. There's a lot of logs, but they should get picked up either way. Okay, seeing a decent number of vacancies now. Let's see, 2 unemployed beavers here, 10 vacancies down here. Maybe I'll just get 1 more pod going in Whirlberg, and then I think down here, yeah, just 1 vacancy. So we can open up 1 more pod, kind of get to a nice balanced position. Okay, and then we can actually get rid of this platform, just these ones, because they're no longer needed. So let's go ahead and do that and get these logs picked up. Just so that we can, if they pick up the planks, that's great. They may, not sure. Yeah, they did actually. But that's a solid amount of resources that we just saved there. So now they're going to come over and work on these dams, and then I don't think we have enough time to raise these water levels, especially just because we don't have a ton of wood. And the wood, it's doing a little bit better. I think it'll do a lot better once this section of trees really starts to come up. And you can actually see that some of these trees have already started. I think it's because they planted those first. Oh, and it actually looks like they already harvested these. So that is, that's pretty good. But okay, we're getting this dynamite laid. It's taken its time, is what it is. So if we come over to this district, I laid out the location for some fire pits. So we should probably add those in, campfires. So let's get 3 of them right here. And these take, only 15 logs. For some reason, I thought it was more. Let's get those built, because that would be good. That would help with our well-being quite a bit. This district does need campfires. Unfortunately, they need to be built on the ground. So, we'll have to find a place where it makes sense to have a couple campfires. I'm really not sure where that's going to be, but we should be able to figure it out there at some point. Man, they are still picking up logs. Yeah, there must have been way more logs here than I actually thought. They're also pretty far from the storage, so it's probably just taking them a while to, to get them built. And then, let's see, we're going to remove these, and I would love it if they would pick these up, but I don't think they will. So let's just get those removed, get this mapped out for another pump. Yeah, so that'll go in like that, and that should help us quite a bit. Getting that water. And they're still working on all these platforms, which, makes sense. So about 1 day left. 1 day left before the drought, and this dynamite is coming along, although I think they're probably working on the campfires, if I had to guess. Yeah, they're getting there. 300 logs, it's pretty good. I do wonder, have these started? Yep, they are starting. They're starting right now, so we should start to get a decent amount of logs over here, especially because, you know, they'll continue to grow overnight when the beavers aren't harvesting them, and that should be pretty good. All right, so if we come back down to River's Edge, how are they doing? Still only 20 logs, which is just not great. Oh, I guess it's because they're building these dams, which kind of makes sense. That would be occupying a lot of their efforts. Okay. One thing that I was thinking, and it probably doesn't make sense to do it just because the power would be so far away. Would it make more sense to have water pumps down here? It might. I mean, who knows? And I just realized that we missed a lantern. So let's get that built. Priority. Get the lantern built for symmetry. I think that looks really nice with the two beaver statues down there. They don't really affect anything, but they look really nice. And that is what is important. Just making sure that we have all of this marked for cutting, and we do. So we can continue to get some logs. 166 here. I guess it was a good thing that I put that second log storage in there. But okay, last day of the drought, so why don't we get this filled up so that they can pump a little bit more water during the drought. That'll be good. They can pump the rest of that, and then these will continue to pump water, which will be good. We need to remember, 9-day drought. It's pretty significant. So let's go ahead, let's pause. I'll probably just leave one operational here, and then similarly just one operational right here. That should be just fine to keep the water going. Not sure if they're going to get that dam built. I mean, it doesn't really matter if they do, just because this isn't being farmed yet, but I would love to get it farmed. And have they started? Yeah, they're starting on this one, which will be good. And then probably after this drought, if we have enough time in this episode, we'll go ahead and raise these dam levels, and that should be really good. 8 unemployed beavers. 6 up here. So why don't we pause that breeding pod again? I don't want to go completely over the top with the breeding pods. And so this is kind of why I wanted to add in that 4th water pump, because during the droughts, I'm afraid that this is just going to, you know, drain itself completely, which is possible. I don't think that that's what's going to happen, but it is possible. And they're actually getting to work on this levee here, which is great, because then they can actually start to dynamite this out. So why don't we get that prepared? So let's give them some stairs to get down here, and then some path, something like that. And why don't we just start like right here? And this is double dynamite, so they should be able to get that done fairly easily. And then we'll probably have to dynamite out over here as well. So why don't we get some of these, why don't we just get all of these trees marked for removal? That way we can make like a nice, I don't know if we can quite make a corner, but we can do something similar to this where we kind of step it. And I think that looked really nice before. So I think it would look really nice again if we did it again. All right. So how are we doing? Did we get these dams done? Yes, they did. Oh, they're actually working on this. Is that what I want them to work on? Yeah, might as well. Get a little bit more farming going. And then we can actually go ahead and remove this path through here. So let's get this removed just because it's not super necessary. And I just want to see how much these overlap. Actually, a pretty substantial amount. So I think if I remove that path altogether, we're just fine. We still have full coverage. So why don't we go ahead and get soybean planted all throughout here. And these soybeans die immediately once they're out of water, or once they're out of irrigation. They just die instantly, which is pretty funny. I mean, not, you know, not like ha-ha funny, but, you know, I think it's kind of funny. Let's get some paths in here, and then we can actually start to dynamite out this section. Not sure what we're going to plant down here. Maybe soybeans, just for continuity. I'm not sure if they'll be able to reach all the way down here. They might be able to, actually. And if they are, that would be great. We could just fill this with soybeans. And that would be awesome. But now we can actually go ahead and delete this set of paths. I'll leave this one in for when we put in the, when we raise that dam. And then they're actually going to start working on this farmhouse and get some cassava planted in here, which should now include that area. Just to get a little bit more cassava coming in. It seems to be the only raw resource that we're semi-struggling on. Not even really struggling, just kind of, you know, it's just lagging a little bit. Mushrooms too, a little bit, but mushrooms kind of come in these big waves as, you know, a bunch of these hydroponic gardens finish up all at once. We probably could do with a little bit more mushroom storage, both raw and cooked. So I could add that in over here. In fact, why don't we do that? Why don't we get one warehouse here. And then how could I fit in another one? So I would need a platform here to get this path. Maybe just one like right here. A couple storages, just like that. And I think we're gonna make these fermented mushrooms, I think. Yeah. So why don't we get some fermented mushrooms stored there? That would be good. And then let's go through, let's make sure to reprioritize Whirlberg, because they're actually kind of building a bunch of things. So why don't we get the housing, this little housing area built first? Something like that. Do I want another rooftop terrace there, or a roof? I guess another rooftop terrace would be nice. So let's get another rooftop terrace in there. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna put a roof in. So let's do something like that. Just because I like to vary it up. I know that I don't think we have enough rooftop terraces. If we go into our Wellbeing, my guess is that we don't have enough rooftop terrace. Yeah, not even close. But that's okay. That is okay. And we did get the campfires up and running, which is great. Definitely need more of those. But those are kind of hard to squeeze in because they need to be on the ground level. All right, and we'll go back up to triple speed. Didn't realize that I had gone down to double speed. But let's get all of this done. So that's the priority, and then all of this is the next highest priority. And then they can work on the dynamite, which is really not a priority, if we're being honest. Let's see, doing okay on the water. Not bad at all, actually. Still about 8K in storage, which is excellent. So if we come back down to River's Edge, let's see, how are they doing? They're doing pretty good. I think let's just finish this farmhouse just because, and then we'll come over and we'll work on this. Although I would might as well get the medical beds done because those are easy. And you can never really have too many medical beds. We seem to constantly just have tons of injured beavers, which is okay. I mean, you know, they're getting hurt working on stuff, and it's just kind of the way it is. For these guys, I would love to actually get these storages built, even though I know we're hurting on housing. Speaking of housing, let's go up here and check. Yeah, so 20. We need 20 more housing up here for these beavers. Well, we could add in... Can we fit 2? 2 of the large barracks? Yes, we can. So why don't we do that? So we'll get some double platforms in here. And then if we go into our housing, we can get 2 of the large barracks with paths, just like that. And then if we go into our decoration, we could get maybe a clock right here. That kind of fits in nicely. And then we just need to figure out how we're actually going to get to these rooftop terraces, because we are going to add some in. I think the way that we do it is we do something like this, maybe. And let's get these built as quick as we can, because we actually just disconnected this district crossing, which is not great. So let's get those built, and then we can actually work our way up here to get to these rooftop terraces. Like this, and then if we go into our well-being, we can actually grab both of them. Connect all that up with a path, and then if we go into our decoration, why don't we get a light post here and a beaver bust right there. That would be nice. That's a pretty decent housing project. So hopefully they can get that done, which would be good. All right, how are they doing on this dam section down here? They're still working on it. Probably going to take quite a while. Dynamite is getting done, although I probably just gave Worlberg plenty of stuff that they need to work on. Yeah, I did. They're working on the storage, which is good. But okay, seeing that we have a decent number of vacancies, 12 here, so I might get a couple more of these pods up and running. What about up here? 6 unemployed beavers, actually. Why don't we pause another pod up there? Getting a little carried away, and then 3 vacancies down here. I'm okay with that, because we have another hauling post, so it's actually not it's not the end of the world. Okay, so they got a lot of this dynamite laid, which is quite good. Oh. For some reason I thought that dynamite killed the beavers, but I guess I'm wrong. There we go. Get that cleared out. And then they should come back here and work on this, although I missed a platform. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at these dams. Are they all now done? Yes, they are. That's excellent. I'm not going to rip these out and elevate them yet. We're going to have to wait for some solid water flow before we do that. But all right, guys, that's probably going to bring us to the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date on this series as well as others. I really appreciate everyone subscribing to the channel and just watching the videos. It means a lot, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series. And just a reminder, I will be out of town for, or not out of town. I'll be off of YouTube for, a couple weeks here coming up in the beginning of March for a second baby. So don't worry about it. We'll be back with more great content after that. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. So until then, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.